Hey everyone, welcome back to another Call of Duty mobile video. Today we've got something really exciting to talk about, especially if you've been keeping an eye on the Chinese version of COD Mobile. We're also going to explore some potential collaborations and new skins that might be heading our way soon. This video is sponsored by U4GM. If you want to buy COD points up to 50% off in Warzone Mobile or affordable COD redeem codes and conquer hard challenges with the help of a professional booster, U4GM has you covered. Use code CAPO for an extra 5% off. As many of you know, the Chinese version tends to be ahead of the curve when it comes to new content, collaborations, and even those free legendary items. It's like getting a sneak peek of what's coming to the global and Garena versions, because let's face it, whatever drops in China usually makes its way to us eventually. A perfect example of this is the recent return of the Phantom Mythic drop. Mythic Grau 556 Phantom Score has made its comeback in the Chinese version, and while there's no official word on when it might hit the global or Garena versions, history tells us it's probably just a matter of time. But that's not all. I've got something interesting to share that I picked up from the most recent double draw we got in the game. Specifically, I'm talking about the Killer B draw, which you can check out in the store right now. What's cool about this is that the Chinese version recently had an event allowing players to get some of the legendaries from these draws. Well, what's special about it? Most of these legendaries are now being treated equally, with only a few exceptions standing out. For example, let's take a look at the legendary RUS CX 7000. Honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the worst legendaries they've ever released. I'm not surprised they eventually bundled it, because even they knew it wasn't great. By putting it in a bundle, they made it cheaper for people to get instead of making them go through an entire draw for it. And that's a trend we're seeing more of lately. Most of these legendaries are now showing up in double legendary draws, making them much cheaper than they originally were. Take the recent Killer B draw for instance, which featured the HPRA-3 Swarm, or look at the legendary KN44 Color Spectrum, which was part of the Seeing double draw. Then there's the QQ9 Meltdown, another half of the double tap draw. Seeing all this got me thinking, what if I told you that very soon the only two legendaries is still treated as primary rewards? The AK-117 Acer and the FR556 Superhighway could also end up in these double draws. Just imagine how frustrating it would be if you bought the Sword and Stinger draw one day, and the very next day you see the Killer B draw offering two legendaries for the same price. That would sting, right? Now both the AK-117 Acer and the FR556 Superhighway are solid legendaries in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the AK-117 Acer because I think the muzzle flash is just too much compared to other AK-117 skins. But the FR556 Superhighway, that's a top tier legendary, no doubt about it. It has some of the best reactive effects, amazing iron sights, and features that even some newer legendaries lack. So here's my advice, unless you're absolutely set on getting a particular draw, I'd recommend holding off. There's a good chance these legendaries might show up in a double legendary draw down the road, giving you more value for money. The Ultraviolet Mythic drop is already live in the Garena version, but if you're playing on the global version, you're probably still waiting for it. The good news is that it's expected to drop on August 23rd. Let's take a quick look at all the rewards you can expect in this Mythic drop. There are some seriously cool items included, and if you're into collecting rare and powerful gear, this is one you won't want to miss. Here's what we've got so far about the upcoming COD Next event. It's going to be big, especially with the BO6 collaboration skin expected to be revealed for COD Mobile. Now rumor has it that this will be a Frank Woods skin, which is super exciting. Let's dive into what we might see. First up, we've got the classic default skin for Frank Woods. If you're a fan of Modern Warfare 3, you'll recognize this look right away. It's like stepping straight into the game and rocking Woods' iconic style just as you remember it. Next, things get a bit more intense with the second skin in the lineup, an animated version of Frank Woods. This one's going to be a real showstopper. Imagine those iconic number sequences from the Black Ops series, but with Woods' eyes glowing, adding a whole new level of intensity to the character. It's like they've taken the original and cranked up the cool factor by 1,000. And finally, we've got the third skin, which is definitely going to turn some heads. Zombie Frank Woods. Yes, you heard that right. This version of Woods has gone full undead, giving us a creepy yet totally awesome twist on our favorite operator. So that's the full lineup of skins you can expect from the BO6 collaboration with COD Mobile. I'm really curious to hear what you think about these potential skins, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. Alright, let's dive into some info about the upcoming lucky draws in COD Mobile. A bunch of new legendary blueprints have been leaked, and with Halloween just around the corner, we're only a couple of months away, so it's the perfect time to start speculating. Now if you check out this image, you'll see a whole bunch of new legendary blueprints, way more than we typically get in a single season. One keyword that really stands out is for a new HDR legendary skin labeled Scream. This definitely has Halloween vibes written all over it, and it's got me thinking that this could be linked to the next Halloween season, possibly even hinting at a new Scream-themed collaboration in COD Mobile. Now, COD isn't new to Scream collabs. If you remember, Ghostface, the iconic villain from the Scream franchise, was released as a character skin back on October 19, 2021 during Season 6 of content for Black Ops Cold War. It was part of the Tracer Pack Scream Operator Bundle and tied in with the Haunting event, running until November 18, 2021. But that collaboration made perfect sense at the time because it coincided with the promotion of an upcoming Scream movie set to release in early 2022. However, considering that there isn't a new Scream movie on the way, a similar collaboration right now seems a bit less likely. So this might just be speculation. Or maybe the HDR skin was named Scream purely as a nod to the horror theme without any official tie-in to the Scream franchise. But who knows, there could be more to this, and we'll find out soon enough. So what do you think? Could this be a hint at something big for Halloween? Or is it just a cool name with no deeper connection? Let's see how this unfolds. I've got some really cool news for you all. The Dominion Mythic drop is set to make its return to Call of Duty Mobile's Garena version in the upcoming week. It is featured in this poster alongside the brand new Adrenalized draw, which includes the new legendary SPR and the Carmine Overdrive draw. Unfortunately, there's no word yet on whether this will also drop in the global version. What do you guys think? Will it make its way to the global version too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. So that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you in the next one.